Hello everyone, Asto here, and today we are with my Sampire, continuing the series. I've been a bit sick for the past week, so I couldn't really record, but I've been playing, and as you might notice, it's not with the character that we were using on my single player server. I've been playing online on the server hosted by the community, and it has been a lot of fun. I am pretty well geared at this point, and I still have to work on a few pieces, but my skills are almost on point. I just need a little bit of nightship and some more power scrolls to finish this character. But aside from it, I am doing very well with it, and I wanted to make this video to show a bit of what I've been farming with a reasonably well developed Sampire and how it works, and also to invite you all to join us in the community that is developing the Secrets of Sosaria, which is the current iteration of Adventures of Akalabeth. We have a GitHub that will be linked in the description, where you can write all the bugs that you find that will be eventually dealt with by the community. You can also make suggestions for things that you would like to change. And there's also a Discord where we actually discuss the things that we are going to implement. It's very community oriented, people in there are very chill, and I've been really enjoying my time in there. If you don't know how GitHub works, can get you started. It's very simple. Just open a new issue and people will discuss it over time. So for this character, I have been farming a whole lot of Dastard in Lodoria, and here we have one of the other players in the server. There's about a dozen of us, so it's not incredibly crowded, but it's nice to run into people sometimes. So this player has a handy moon gate close to Britain, and here we can take the gate to Whisper in Lodoria, and just go up a little bit and we will be in Dastard. So this is a character that runs the Vampire Embrace, and with that it has a natural regeneration, a life drain effect, and heals poison by itself. I also have been running forensics for money, since I don't have other characters to support me in this account. So I've been skinning everything that I find, and that has been very profitable so far and allowed me to buy a couple artifacts from other players and to get my first power scroll for Lady Asto here. And as you can see, I am very creative with names. So here's the entrance to Dastard. There are quite a few bosses that we can farm in here. I'm also working to get the final Bushido points. So I have to do the momentum strike to get the skills up. And let me check my auto loot thing. Yeah, let me grab the gems. Since this is a somewhat new account, I don't really have a lot of support for my future characters. So I've been checking pretty much every loot piece that I find. So if the fight is a bit harder, I cast Curse Weapon to get the cap on Life Leech. And with this lightsaber that I found on a Sith that I killed, I can destroy most things with Armor Ignore. Previously I was using a Soul Seeker for the Whirlwind Strike that gets a damage bonus from Bushido, but the base damage of this weapon is so high that it more than makes it worth using it. As you can see, 134 to 152 damage is really absurd. So I skin the dragons and I get a bunch of hides that I can sell on my merchant crate later on. Let's drag things a bit closer together, get a few more of them. We can do a consecrate weapon to do maximum damage, and then our momentum strike hits both enemies, and our healing keeps us stopped and safe. I actually have the healing skill on this build, which is not something that I am actually using very much, so I'm going to drop it eventually, but as of right now I'm getting rid of my focus to finish filling up my skills. I was using a robe with plus necromancy until a couple hours back, but I got this very handy drop that has a lot of luck in it, so I am not capped enough, so if I die I had to get my old robe back to cast Vampiric Embrace again, but let's hope I don't die. The gems have been a gigantic boost to my wealth as well. This online server is a lot harder than what I usually play, with their caps and skill gains are very different, but I've been having a really good time in here. So for my character, there's a server cap of 70% on low reagent cost, and the skills go up a lot slower, but it's fine, it's fun. I need some more swing speed in here, but I'm already hitting really fast due to my dexterity. So let's skim the other things. And continue. So I like to go this way first. There are a couple water elementals here, and a bunch of sea drakes. Let's get them all together with the boss. I am at 75 night ship. I need to get 5 more to never fail my consecrated strikes, which will be just a little bit of farming. And everything melts with the power of this sword. Let's deal with this last remaining drake and take its scales. I am in need of a good trinket for my trinket slot, because this one does nothing for me. But I haven't found a good piece yet. I also have no character with Armslar or Mercantile, so I've been leaving half the loot that I found in the floor pretty much. Except for when they look like artifacts, then I have this thing to ID it. And I found quite a few artifacts already. This room has a bunch of wyverns, so let's get them close together, because they are not much of a threat on their own. And just like that, most of them are deleted. I keep my counterattack on, hoping that I can parry something eventually. And my forensics is barely past 50, but I am already getting a lot of ladder from this. And it really adds up. In the server, vendors don't really buy resources from players, but you can use a merchant's crate to sell them. Nightmare skin doesn't sell. What sells are ladders, so let's leave it there. I also am using a 10-foot pole to deal with traps, but it's a very high grade one, an Alban, and it has served me well so far. Every once in a while something will blow up in my face, and I know that eventually I will be very sad because I don't have an actual trapping skill, but gotta make some compromises eventually. Couple more reburns here. Let's drag them down. Hello, you two, come down here. And another boss. So we get our buffs up, and we start whacking them. As you see, by the time that my healing procs, I am already full health. I can life leech through poison, so it barely ever is useful to have bandages. I've been finding quite a few of those rune bags as well, but not that many runes. So I will collect them and eventually we'll see if they are useful. One of the bugs that is on the pipeline to be fixed is that this book is way more common than it should be. So we will probably deal with this shortly. We also, one of the community members found out why the potions of gender change were spawning all over the place. And this will be integrated in the server shortly. So if you don't want to host a server, or if you want to play with more people, it's a really good idea to join us and come have some fun with us. If you want to play with me, I'll be more than happy to go do some adventuring with you. I am currently macroing my future mage here. She is getting her necromancy up, and she will be my treasure hunter. I have quite a few maps in Sosaria for her to explore. I'm just waiting for some skills to finish. Let's open up this. And nothing. So this is the eastern side done. Let's go up and deal with the 3 bosses that are in the upper side of this dungeon. I have a tactics power scroll, so I'm getting my skills up a little bit. Let's close those down and open again so the auto loot does its thing. I'm not taking all of the gems because that takes too long. And oh, nice decoration. Let's take it. But I am always checking them out. So again, the skins don't sell. What sells are the ladders. So we come in here. We already have 415, and they sell for a good amount for each piece. I'll show you in the end of the video. Oh no, I'm out of food. Hopefully we'll find something that we can eat in here. As far as loot goes, I'm looking for pieces with crafting bonuses and pieces that my future mage can use. They are actually going to use this rope, but right now the 200 luck is a bit too good to pass up. So my Sampire is having it, even though it doesn't really have any use for the bonuses. I don't particularly care about the lizard hides, but I am skinning them as anyways, just to get the skill bonuses. Here we have another boss. It's either a vampiric dragon or a Dracolich. And it always has a few undead around, which are nice for getting my momentum strike to get Bushido points. So it drops Necrotic Leather, which sells for much less, but it's still light enough that we don't care too much about it. So, no food in here it seems. Oh, here, food. Let's take it, thank you. So let's go up and to the right and drag those dragons with us. We will deal with them before going up the stairs in case we need a escape route. See if we can get a few more. That might have been too many more. But look at our health. See, even if we aggro the whole room, we don't really have a lot of trouble with them. The Dragos are very tanky, but tankiness is something that Armor Ignore doesn't really care about. And so you see how strong this character gets when you put some work into it. Yesterday I actually died in this room, or close to here, but one of our friends in the community was kind enough to come save me. And that's one of the nice things about playing with other people and the online environment here. Even if you lose the commodities of having an admin account and everything, you still get to enjoy interacting with people, which is nice sometimes. Yeah, our circuit is really bad, but this one is bad as well. And here we have another bus. Even without the curse weapon effect, we still leech quite a lot. And those lightsabers are crazy. They have armor ignore and double strike. I'm using the regular containers on Tazwo instead of greed loot because they play a bit better with the skinning from forensics. But you can use whatever you like. I just find this to be very efficient for the way I play. I also got very lucky with my early drops and got myself a bag of holding, which is something you can use every few minutes to put something on, and that completely ignores the weight of whatever you put in there. So when I get full of ladders or copper, I just drop them there and I can keep exploring without having to make a trip to the bank, because this character cannot mark and my mage isn't ready yet, so it gets a bit clunky to explore. Do I have this one? I do. So this is the third wing completed. There are 3 more bosses to kill. Let's grab the snakes. Always trying to get our Bushido up. Oh. I'm playing a bit slower than usual. That's mostly because I'm still a little bit sick, and because this character is bad at resurrecting itself. I just need I have a bunch of invulnerability potions for when things get hard, but it's not a guarantee that I will be able to click on them on time. I haven't found a way for all this freezing water to not show up in my nameplates yet. I was exploring the underworld earlier today, and it was very obnoxious because there were a lot of elementals that spread magma all over the place, and they made fighting there very boring. And but it's not too much trouble. Let's get this 3 things here. Hello, come up. Let's have some fun. And as you can see, the gems pile up quite quickly. And there's another dragon here for us. I don't even have to deal with poison most of the time because the vampire farm is very resistant to it. What I am doing now is using a hotkey for using the item in hand, and that's how I am skinning those things so quickly without having to click on the sword and then click on them. Okay, another book that I didn't have, that's nice. Another treasure map. Excuse me. These attribute potions are really nice to get your new characters going. It's a shame that I don't have the tasting skill, because otherwise I would probably have many more of those by now. But my wizard character has really good attributes already. It's at 97 intelligence. So a couple more potions and some more training and she will be good to go. She's also a fish person because they begin with a ridiculous amount of luck. It's not 915 like is shown here. I don't know why it's shown like that, but it's like 600 luck or something, which is really good for a treasure hunter. I'm also adding camping to this character, partly because of the convenience of having it for easy bank access with the bedrolls and the camping tents, and because I want to do the Golden Ranger quests that allow you to blast your equipment and have a lot of luck added to them over time. This is the room that is a little bit more dangerous than the others because of the ancient drakes. So if you have a few too many of them aggro, they can do very hard bleeds on you that you have to manage carefully, because if you miss a couple hits, they will wreck you. Let's reopen this so we auto loot. But we got lucky or unlucky depending on how you might see it, and didn't get a lot of ancient drakes to spawn. Oh, Bushido gang, that's nice. So we are past 1k hides here. And here we have another boss, Primeval Dragon. And this character being as insanely tanky as it is, we don't really have to do much. One of the reasons why I like farming Desert is because pretty much everything here except for the snakes and the alligators is a caster. So your magic resistance goes up without you having to farm it, which is an incredibly boring thing to do. Gold sells for quite a bit as well, so we'll take it. On the beginning of the adventuring career of this character, I was running searching, and that really helped me to get going and to get some early gear. But after a while, I dropped it to get more useful things, and has been working fine in here. I don't have to worry about traps that much because of the 10-foot pole. Oh, I already carved this, never mind. So searching is good, but it's not as amazing as having forensics for a guaranteed chance of getting some money out of your farming. But that is specifically because I am doing a lot of dastard farming. If I was just adventuring in random dungeons and still getting my character ready for this kind of content, I would most likely be running searching instead. Oh no, I have too many things. So no, not you. We drop all of our hides here. And now we can start farming again. So now if I try to put something else in the bag, it will tell me that I need to wait a little bit. But in about 4 minutes, I will be able to put them there again. And my weight has gone down dramatically because you can see it weighs 3 stones even with 1031 leather in it. So after 4 minutes, we will put those copper coins there, and we will still be fine to finish this dungeon in one go. Otherwise, we would have a really hard time in here because we would need to recow out and then come back, and I don't have a room ready for this place yet. My mage that recalled that marked the few runes that I have has not reached Ladoria yet. Actually, it has barely left Britain because it's only macroing, but that will probably be done soon enough. Here we have another potion. Oh, transmutation potion. This is nice. Let's see if we can grab more things. Those are not too impressive, but they will work. Magic resist is still going up, which is great. Now let's skin those things and see what we find. This is hellish ladder, this house. Map. Let's get the map. And we are skinning even the corpses that we have no intention of opening because of the forensics gains. We got 2 ticks here, which is really nice. Now there are 2 more bosses and we will be done with this place. Let's get them all together. Come on. There is Dremalox here, which is a boss that drops a quest item that NPCs might request from you from time to time. And I don't really have to do anything or press anything, I can just tank him until he dies. But of course, pressing buttons makes me kill him faster, so that's a good thing to do. Those corpses have so many items, and very rarely they have something worth the time you spend looking at them. But you never know. I am at almost 800 luck, so my chances of finding an artifact randomly are decent. So it's worth spending the time to check them. Here there's going to be a demon. Let's get everyone together and start whacking them. The demons dropped this hellish ladder, which sells for less, but it still sells. get the baby dragon here. And our weight is looking kind of bad, so we take those 134 stones of worth of copper, put in the bag, and look at that, the weight's nothing anymore. And now we go for the final portion of the dungeon as soon as we kill this wyvern. Again, the poison doesn't really concern us. And in here we pre-buff, because there's usually a lot of stuff in here at the entrance. Not that it's hard to deal with them with this character, but because I tend to like to play carefully. Magic resist is still going up, and our life is not going down. We are we are not seeing the coins and gems that we are finding in those chests, because they are being auto-looted. So it might look like I got a chest with a big nothing on it, but I got some gold from a trouble. You just do bracket loot, and you can set stuff to be looted automatically in here. It takes a bit of time to get used to not seeing the drops, but it saves you a lot of time in the long run, so it's a good thing to have. Let's see if we can get another Bushido again. And doesn't look like it, but we got a tactics gain. The first scroll that I bought, actually the only scroll that I bought so far, was a tactics one. So I can go to 125 in tactics, and I am almost ready to buy another one, so I can go for my berry scroll, which will make us even tankier. Unfortunately, in this run we got no treasure hoards. There's a small chance that you get one when you kill each boss. And I had quite a few in here. But even then, I still got a lot of resources, 1.2k, and in the Draconic Ladder alone should be quite a bit of money. Oh, let's make it 1.3. And we got maps, and we got a gigantic amount of gems. So look at this. like 800 gems, and those blocks that also sell really well. Oh, and a sharpening stone. Yeah, this was a really good run. So let's go home and see how much we did in this one. This is my home. It's nothing fancy. I have my mage training some necromancy in there. And here we have a merchant's crate. Let's see how much money we made. I have an agent that does this automatically for me, but we would do it by hand just the same. Every one of them is worth 15 gold, so we go for quite a lot more. Like 1.5k just in hellish leather, and we barely killed anything hellish. And all those scales as well. Look at this, just gold piling up. 76 of those are almost 5k. These ruby blocks are nice. 6k for just 20 of them. More 5k more for the dragon bones. And all of those jewels. So here's the mage. I could drop the potions in there to see how they do. So we got 34k out of materials. They are going to be picked up shortly. And we will get a bank check in here that we can use to in our bank to convert it in gold directly. But as you can see, this is a very simple, straightforward tanky character. All you need to do is cap your hit and defense chance, and everything else is a bonus because you have the parry from Bushido, you have your natural parry, you have magic resist, and everything else is either damage or some utility like the necromancy for the heals and for the dealing with poison. So the items have been picked up. So we go here, click it, click transfer, and we get a check that we can use in our bank. And we also have the all the stuff that we actually picked, all the gems that we can sell. So we currently have almost 40k for this little adventure, which took us like 40 minutes. Because I was talking, usually I play faster. So let's put stuff in the bank. And the bank check, we just double click it and it turns into money. So here we go. We are almost at 200k now, which is quite a bit of an upgrade. Someone has been throwing a whole lot of stuff in the floor for some reason. But yeah, I don't know what's on their minds. And that's going to be it for this video. If you want to play with me, if you want to play with the community, come hang out in the server. It's really easy, so you don't really have to host anything. And updates are going to be dealt with for you. It's very tempting to just play by yourself with an admin account to help you out, but not having one makes for a fun challenge, and starting from scratch is really fun in this game, because the early gearing process is really interesting. Everything you find is an upgrade. Let me get rid of this so we can actually see stuff. And you will find people's homes around the big cities, and occasionally you find them adventuring, and you can help them if they are having trouble. So it's a good time. and I've been enjoying it quite a bit, and I hope you enjoy it too. Again, the links will be in the description, and that's going to be it for today. Oh, look here. Bye bye.